Hey, this is IndigoMusic.com. I'm Rohit, and right now on the show, we're talking about something really important. It's summer and it's vacation time. Kids don't have school, and a lot of people, along with their families, travel to a lot of touristy places. And these tourist places are getting overcrowded, so much so that the locals are complaining about it. And when overcrowding takes over, can we still enjoy the vacation vibe? And to talk to me more about this, I've got Arun with me, who runs a travel and experience company, and he's traveled about 46 countries plus and counting. Arun, welcome to IndigoMusic.com. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Arun, you have a life out of traveling. How cool is
Yeah.
that? It's something that I dream of, just to travel around and, just to experience new things in different places. But tell me, given that it's the summer vacations and everything in India, people are traveling, of course, within India and abroad. Have you felt overwhelmed of late by crowds while traveling, and how did you handle it?
So, just to give you a context, I think the over tourism or slash overcrowding has happened post-COVID.
Okay.
If you actually look at the trends, right? Post-COVID, I think revenge tourism started and people started rushing in. And if you look at common destinations like Ooty or Coorg, for example, from experience, it's also turning out to be nuanced for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, if you ask me, how do you plan better at these destinations? I would say first is your mindset, right? How
Yeah.
you're going in. If you know it's going to be crowded, it's with the mindset that you're walking in, which
Yeah.
means whether you're a person who likes to holiday, depends on whether you're going on a holiday
Uh,
or you're going on a sightseeing tour. There's a difference.
okay.
You're going on a holiday, you will go to a resort, relax there, read a book. You might prioritize your list of activities, which is,
Mm,
let's say, two, three activities, which is must do,
mm,
so that you're not running into the crowd.
mm.
Second, to enjoy your holiday or vacation, wherever you're traveling, whether overcrowded or not, mindset. As long as you're able accepting and going ahead, I think it's perfect.
Right, and like you mentioned earlier, holiday and sightseeing. I think if someone wants to go on a holiday, most of these resorts nowadays have some activities within the resort, so you don't really have to step out and just have a good time there. But tell me more about, maybe a craziest thing that you have done just to avoid long line of a queue or a crowded tourist spot.
Well, I'll just go back to history. I think we were at Bali and Bali was having
Uh,
a festival. It was overcrowded. It was literally
yeah.
overcrowded.
Okay.
I had just started traveling, was naive. I didn't have much of an idea. But each activity, the day when we looked at it, each activity took from, your engagement of the activity was very little, but
Okay.
your lineup was long, right? Your half a day is gone lining up.
Yeah.
We did do some travel hacks. Some of them I can't mention it on air, but some of them obviously work through the staff, right? So let's say activities, places work through the staff. There's always a staff line that you have jumped through. You've
Right.
requested a staff to take you through in. So yeah, a lot of mix and match. I think we Indians are best at jugards, the creative. I would call it being creative.
Yeah.
So yeah, one would be using the staff entrance without consent, but jumping it through and just putting up a spiel with the security, etc. That's one of the crazy stuff. I've done a lot more, but not suitable for air.
Right, absolutely. And tell me, for example, in the recent news, Ooty, right? Ooty has become overcrowded. A lot of local
Mhm.
residents who've lived in Ooty for decades, they're complaining, saying we are not able to take a walk because of the tourists.
Mhm.
And now they've started this whole e-pass thing. Only if you have a pass, you enter.
Yes.
And Kodaikanal has been doing this for quite some time now.
Mhm.
Will that help, the city? Maybe in terms of economy, because if you're giving a limited amount of people entering into this thing, I
Mhm.
think a lot of hotels who have opened up may not be completely full. What do you think about that?
There are two perspectives to this, right? The
Right.
residents are uncomfortable with the over tourism that's happening, the number of people going in. And on the other side, the tourism economy side of things, where you have all the resorts, etc., right? If you ask me personally, district administration is doing a fantastic job because it has to be controlled for
Yeah.
two, three reasons. One is safety.
Yeah.
The terrain does not, at all points, does not suit for all drivers. If you're going by personal car and you don't have experience driving up, you're handbraking up, you're crashing into people. So one is safety aspect, right? Second, from an experience perspective, people get frustrated. They do not want to come back. And there are well-known destinations in the country. Currently, if you look at Goa, is facing a backlash, right? Both from over tourism
Yeah.
leading into pricing scam, etc., etc. I think the Nilgiri district administration has taken a leaf out of it and they're planning this better, maybe based on the Kodaikanal experience.
Yeah.
So it boils down to economy. Well, there is a demand and supply.
Hmm.
It's up to the district authority and the tourism association
Right.
versus local body to be able to map the availability, right? Your number of room nights available. And if they can work out a formula, it'll be a perfect win-win for residents, administration, the local tourism body, as well as the traveler.
Absolutely. And
Uh-huh.
also, with this topic itself, Ooty, they say this is a study that the weather in Ooty, because of tourism, has increased on an average by 2 degrees Celsius. The reason being a lot of trees being cut to build resorts and hotels, and also the number of vehicles that are entering into Ooty. So, over tourism, do you think also affects the nature?
It does. Let me break that down into two bits,
Yeah,
right? One is the scientific effect of it. And if you look at Coorg or Wayanad, what's
yeah,
happened in the last couple of years, over tourism, right? People saw an opportunity, bought down the trees, set up resorts, set up shops, and the obvious unfortunate happened. Ooty, fortunately, the ecosystem is really strong.
right,
And the administrative have not pushed them beyond the limit to hold fort there, right?
correct.
So it's and second, number of vehicles, obviously the pollution factor.
Yeah,
It's bound to bring down the temperature. Third, as tourists, how responsible are we, right?
mm,
I mean, if you travel down to Ooty on a weekend, the amount of plastic garbage collection that you
correct.
see on the road is huge. People just don't respect the place, right?
Yeah, even though I
So
think the banned plastic bottles and these even Lace or chips packets, right? You just get those Pringles type of thing, but you don't get the packet thing. But still,
mhm,
yeah,
mhm.
yeah. Go ahead.
No, no. See, you can't avoid plastic. Though the administration is trying their best,
Yeah,
there are some food items which has to go in certain containers, right? So it's not only the food litter. I'm sure there are various other litter that people just
yeah,
so no respect for place, no respect for culture. It has an impact. The
yeah.
vehicles, the pollution, it has an impact. And let's hope and pray that initiative works and does not lead to any natural calamity.
Absolutely. Now, before I let you go, Arun, I want to ask you, since you travel a lot, for those listening in, what are some of the most underrated destinations that can offer some great experience without massive crowds? Let's say
Mhm.
maybe in and around Bangalore.
It depends on how we look at it, right?
Okay.
Based on the infrastructure. I would look at purely on infrastructure.
Yeah.
So I would say look at Mysore.
Nice.
Everybody's passing through Mysore into Ooty, Wayanad, and Coorg.
Yeah.
There is a very small population staying back in Mysore. You stay in Mysore, you can still do a jungle safari. It's just 1 hour away from Mysore,
Yeah.
Nagaroli or Pandipur, right? You have the cultural aspect of it. You have the food aspect of it. So there are elements which people use it as a transit point. But if you were to really plan your trip, you can anchor yourself in Mysore and go to these stretches you're able to cover that, right? So if you look at Belgope,
Hmm.
which is the Golden Temple, right? It's just 1 hour from Mysore. Stay in Mysore, experience Mysore, hop across Nagarole,
Yeah.
Belgope, come back. You don't have to go stay in Cool.
Fantastic. Well, Arun, thank you so much for having this conversation and giving your experiences and your thoughts about over tourism and places to visit for having a good experience. It was nice connecting with you. All the best and have a
Yeah.
wonderful day ahead.
You too. Thank you.